It's time to breathe again on this Breath of Fresh Air Shorty on YouTube. I am Charles Taylor and I am your host for this edition for today. So, there's been a lot going on in sports, of course. It's been a little bit weird actually, seeing how you've had the conclusion of the Masters golf tournament yesterday in November. I guess it tells you how everything has been going in this year where we've seen COVID just kind of mess a lot of things up. But there was some other news besides the NFL and college football that did come on through, and that was the announcing of Kim Ang as the new general manager of the Miami Marlins. So, look, this is obviously a huge step, a huge achievement, not just for Kim Ang, but for women in general, for her to be able to be announced as the new general manager of the Marlins. Now, Kim Ang is she's put the work in to get this position. Above other positions she has held, she was an assistant general manager for the New York Yankees and the Los Angeles Dodgers. So these are two of your most storied franchises, not just in Major League Baseball, but in sports in general. So it's not like she just kind of stumbled onto this position. She has put in the work and she is well deserving of this position. So I think we all know what type of a step this is. You give props definitely to her for being able to stick with it and putting in the work to get this position. But you also give some credit to the Marlins for taking this step and being the first team to put a woman into a position of this stature. Now, with this team, the Miami Marlins being in Major League Baseball, that's a little bit surprising in my eyes because I've always felt if this was going to happen, if a woman was going to be put in a position like a general manager of a sports team, it probably would have happened in the NBA before any of the other three major North American sports leagues there are. And of course, I'm talking about the National Football League, the National Basketball Association, Major League Baseball, and the National Hockey League. So for Major League Baseball to be the first one to take this step is really surprising to me. As I was saying, I felt like the NBA would be the first to do something like this because they always seem to be the ones who are more progressive in social issues and taking a dive into those social issues and looking at ways to where they can improve, make a stand or make a statement. But for the Miami Marlins to make this announcement and to make this choice is it's great. It's definitely a step in the right direction if we're talking about progression and we're talking about equality. So, uh, big shout out to Derek Jeter and his team for making that announcement. And I guess with Derek Jeter, of course, playing his whole career with the New York Yankees, he he's seen Kim Ang in action. And from everything I've seen, I didn't get to see the press conference formally announcing Ang as the general manager of the Marlins. But from all indications, Derek Jeter has seen her at work, and she's certified. So I look forward to seeing what the Marlins can continue to do under her direction as the general manager. The Marlins they made the playoffs in this compressed season, so it looks like there is a bright future coming for the Marlins after it looked very bleak for a few of those years. I mean, the Marlins for I would say maybe going back even 5 years, they looked like one of the worst franchises in sports. But there was a plan that was put in place, and it looks like these young players they have and the pitching staff they have is starting to come to fruition. And there's going to be some battles to be had, is particularly with the Atlanta Braves, who still look like they're the king of the National League East. But the Marlins might be coming, so it'll be interesting to see. But back on Ang, uh, again, this is great and great to hear that she was able to get this position. And in a year where it's been really, really crazy in terms of COVID and some of the social injustices and in a country where we are very, very, very heavily divided, there are some signs that uh, things are progressing a little bit, particularly when you look at the women. You have Ang, who is the first general manager of a sports team, or as a woman in any of our four major sports. In the Air Force, we have the first chief, the first command chief, uh, who is a woman as well. And of course, we just had a vice president elect in Kamala Harris, who is now about to be vice president, the first woman to be sitting in that type of a position. So there is a lot going on in terms of the progression for women to get into these positions. And it goes to show you that it's not just about with it being man or woman. It should be about what credentials they are bringing to the table, how they can do the job. In that regard, it shouldn't matter whether you're a man or a woman. If you can do the job, you should be there. Kim Ang has put in the work and she earned this position. Make no mistake about it. And I'll say one more thing. It is great to see women in these positions. But I think the major, major progression we would make is when we get to the point where a woman getting this type of position is not news. This should be happening more frequently, more often. But hopefully, with Ang and Harris, and then the command chief, the chief master sergeant of the Air Force, Sergeant Bass, getting into those positions, this will continue to open doors and keep the dreams alive for many, many women who hope to be in positions like these. Well, that's what I'm breathing on for today. Y'all make sure y'all check out the Breath of Fresh Air YouTube channel. Man, I can't talk today. But no, check out the Breath of Fresh Air YouTube channel and smash that subscribe button. And also keep the likes coming on the Breath of Fresh Air Facebook page. Uh, I hope to see you guys later on in the week. The webcast is still on schedule to do what we do on the usual Tuesday night spot at 8 Central, 9 Eastern. I will talk to Patrick to see if he'll be able to join me. He's been dealing with a few things, so hopefully I can touch bases with him in the next couple of days to see if he's going to join me. And other than that, I'm still working on a few of these new additions to be added to the webcast. So stick with us, stay tuned, keep the comments coming, let us know how we're doing, good, bad, or indifferent. We are all about the feedback. Just let us know how we're doing, and we will get back to you. And be glad to have that interaction. So until then, everybody take care. Have a good Monday, and we will talk soon.